Well, how's everybody today? We're doing a little video here. I think what we're going to do, this next... Well, thank you, Mr. Rooster. Look at this. I shook the bucket. Look at them. Look at them. Even the rooster's coming in. So if you put your hens and your rooster out in the field, just feed them. Like when you feed them in the morning, they love the sound, right? They associate that sound. Don't you start with me, Roosty Toosty. He's thinking about attacking me. I'm taking his girls away from him. Okay, look at this. It's the sound of the bucket. Okay, so anyways, I wanted to educate on that. The chickens aren't hard work at all. If you let them free range, if there's even a chicken out somewhere along the hedge line or something like that, she's going to come a-running. They're just waiting. But you know what you do? Bring them right into their house, their comfort zone. They know that even the rooster, he's going to try to, go on, buddy, go on. Everybody in. So if you feel like you're not winning, take a handful, throw it in. Look at them. Not one left outside. And it was just a handful. And he's calling his girls. So anyways, that's how you do it, you guys. That's how you do it. Okay, you guys, I'm going to do a video about the little cool three-wheeler, about fixing that up, doing a few things. And maybe we'll let the dogs out now. You want to see excited? Because, you know, I don't put the dogs out. That's not fair to the chickens. Okay. Make sure you put your feed bucket where you can find it tomorrow, right? So it's not a hassle. Come on out, you guys. They didn't even stop to say hi to me. Can you imagine that? Video on the fixing the little three-wheeler, that little cool three-wheeler, and a little bit of maybe some horses and some dogs and some chickens, carburetor and stuff like that. I think at one time I counted, I think I have 21 or 22 engines around here that need to constantly serviced, maintained, oil, gas. You can't have all this gas engines. It would be financially ruining, detrimental if you had to repair all this stuff. Send it out for repairs. You got to understand, you got to put it away. The little three-wheeler was an exercise in a gas motor. Okay, you guys? So if you like what I'm doing, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, say something. The algorithm likes it. I'm at pretty close to 25,000 subscribers, so I must be doing something right. Some of you listen, some of you say things. I sure appreciate it, you guys. So this is Farm Life, but this is Frank the Jeweler. So if you look at my videos, yeah, maybe this time I'm not going to do anything about jewelry, but my next video is going to be a hammered textured gold ring. And I probably won't put too much of the farm in there. So we'll, live it up a little bit. Spice. Well, how's everybody tonight? I'm working on a little project. We're having a bubbly. If he were here, he'd probably say, "Oh, it's a bubbly," and others would just say it's a bubbly. But I've made this an adult bubbly. Okay. Say it. What am I working on? You're probably saying, "What are you doing out in the shop, Frank, at this time of the day?" Well, I'm going to tell you something. The sun's over there. Fans are going. This is like a comfort zone for me, right? Real comfort zone. So I'm working on a little special project. This is a gas tank for, best described as a gas-powered Hot Wheels. Pretty cool. Okay, so I took it out of storage. This doesn't belong to me. It's an old friend of mine, and he bought it for his daughter, and his daughter is no longer with us. So what I thought I would do is I'd get it running, and then take it over to his house and bomb up and down his street, and then park it so that it's running, and that it's a nice memorial piece. Okay. So what happened was, I didn't know any better. Like when we got it, it never was running. So I rebuilt the carburetor. I showed you a little video about that. I might have to rebuild it again because really this must have been sitting for, I'm guessing, 7-8 years with nobody touching it. So I'm gonna drill this out. I'm gonna tap it. I got a drill index over here. You know what a drill index is. I'm gonna find the right drill. I'm gonna mic this, and you mic the inside of the valley of the thread. It's what you really want for a drill bit. This might, in fact, already be too large. I think it might be the last one I had. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I'm just gonna put it on a drill, and I'm gonna find a nice spot where I'm gonna not, so I don't wreck the tank or anything like that. I mean, it's already banged up and everything like that. Look at it underneath here, it's already banged up. So I'm gonna drill this out, then I'm gonna tap it. I've already checked the tap. That's the right thread pattern, right? And I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna thread this. Then I'm gonna use a bunch of Teflon tape. Teflon tape is fuel resistant. And then I'm gonna thread this baby in there. And I'm not gonna strip it. This isn't a high performance drag racing part. This is a little putt around type of thing here with maybe half a liter of gas in it. Don't overdo it, okay, you guys? Don't overthink this. I could have cleaned this off and got a nipple and welded the shit out of it, and then pressure tested it, and then blasted this out, and I could have epoxied the inside of this tank. Really, is it worth it for something that's going to be ridden twice, 3 times maybe, and then put away again for another 20 years? Okay, so what do we want to do here? Okay, we're not going to overthink this. Okay, beautiful. Now, oh, you're going to say, oh, there's metal shavings in there. Trust me, when we go outside, I'm going to show you there's going to be a fuel filter, an on and off. I went to the Home Depot. Home Depot to the gardening section, lawnmower section. They had everything I wanted. Inline fuel filter, $5. On and off, clear fuel line. Okay. Little bit of oil, never hurt nothing when you're doing shit like this. See how I'm going in? Then just back it off just a little bit. Okay. Now, with my tap and die set and my drill set, this one here, I try to put them back best I can. I got boxes of loose drills, like from a lifetime of collecting from my late father's place, and some of my friends' place, and things like that, you know. Last guy standing, he wins, right? How does it go? You know, 10 friends get together when they're young men and they buy 10 bottles of brandy. They put them up on a shelf, and then one guy dies and 9 guys drink the bottle of brandy. Next guy dies, 8 guys drink that guy's bottle of brandy, and so forth. And so when you're down to the last 2 guys, one of them dies, 1 guy's left, he drinks the bottle of brandy by himself. Sometimes you accumulate things. Okay, I don't know where that story came from, but anyways. Okay, you just want the Teflon tape on. You picking up what I'm doing? You just want the Teflon tape on the threads, right? Okay. Okay, that's getting to the point where I like it. It's going to go in a little further, though. We'll get back to you. Okay, so I'm just amusing myself a little bit, too. I got some nice 5-minute epoxy I built up around here also. So it's got the Teflon tape, it's threaded into steel, brass into steel, not going to leak. Then it's got Teflon tape on it, and now I'm putting a little bit of epoxy on that. That's going to last for another 10, 15 years. Okay, you guys, I mentioned I rebuilt the carburetor. Carburetor was just terrible. Now I should have just went over and or ordered one on Amazon. I think they're 30 or 40 bucks for a new carburetor. But you know, these little carburetors are kind of indestructible. Pay attention to like the jets, like the high flow jet and the low idle, the high idle and low idle jets. Make sure you kind of mentally, when you take your carburetor apart, where you know, okay, well, it was, and generally one turn out on these carburetors is sufficient to get it going, and then you've got to tune it anyways. Now, that carburetor was in such terrible shape. I wish I had taken some pictures of it. I didn't know. I didn't think I was going to do a video about this little bike. But it was seriously messed up. And I had to take the, okay, so the float bowl, there's a float in the bowl, and it stops the flow of gas coming into the bowl when the bowl's full. If that makes sense. If it doesn't, then look up carburetors. And there's a little needle in there. There's a, yeah, it's a needle. And it's got a little seat on it. I don't think that's closing properly. So we fired it up with a little makeshift gas tank. Again, I'm going to take you outside and show you the gas tank, little makeshift. And the bike, it was just fired up. I checked the oil and all the rest of it. It's okay, so this is looking pretty good now. So I'm happy with this. This ain't going to go anywhere. Let's clean off the bottom of my stir stick, because they're expensive and they don't come easy. Okay, you guys, look at that. Okay, that's going to be beautiful. Well, I best hold the gas tank, just because. What is that creature? What's he doing in my video? There's all sorts of gas engines around here. Like if you got a couple acres and you think it's going to be easy, I think I have 20 or 30 gas engines that I'm dealing with. And so anyways, we're going to get this one going, and this is a fun project. Anyways, the horses are loose. I've had the bubbly. I think I brought it with me. And let's get over here and see what the little bike's all about. Okay. Okay. Can you see me? This little bike. I'm going to wait till the anyways, I rebuilt the carb. I told you there's a little bit of a float leak, I think. So we're gonna wow. Okay, I got a little bit of a workshop in here. Probably looks dark, but it's actually not. I got a light. Okay, so I set up. So that's going to go on to the gas tank. There's your on and off switch. There's the direction of flow, and then that's going to go into the top of the carburetor. That might actually be a little too long, but then I can always trim either end off a little bit. So let's get at it. There'll be lots of editing here. Now, I think what I need to do is flush the tank out first. I'm going to put a little bit of, I think I got some old gas around here. I'm going to put some old gas in there, flush it out a little bit. I got a bucket here that I'm using for old waste oil and stuff like that. I take it and recycle it. And these are the little pads that go underneath the tank, right? So it sits nice and doesn't. Okay, so let's get rumbling. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That's nice. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flush this. You don't need to watch all that act. I'm gonna put this back on, I'm gonna get that hooked up, and let's see if we can at least get this thing running. Okay, so I'm back in the studio. I got a lot of tools in the studio, but I didn't show you rebuilding the carburetor last night. And where is it here? It was so badly gummed up and pitted, like it was actually white inside here. It was just filled with white powder. So it's white metal casting here. I think these are white metal casting, cast about 500 or 600 degrees, depending on what's in them, in rubber molds and stuff like that. But actually, there's a hole right there. So last night, me and Mitch got the bike running. Put a little bit of ether in there, and got just a little bit of gasoline. Got the bike running, and I had set up a little. You've seen the bike. I set up a little plastic gas tank. And we taped it to the frame and everything like that. But then I looked and I said, okay, it's running. And then I looked down and I could see a lot of gas. And I said earlier, I thought the float was stuck in the open position. It's not. There's a bloody hole right here. So I'm for a loss for words what I'm going to do with it. I could peen it and epoxy it. Oh yeah, there's a hole right through there. Funny how I didn't see that. Okay, you got to be resourceful. I took a piece of lead solder, plumbing solder, cut them off, made little wedges out of them, banged them into the holes, and peened them over. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of epoxy on the outside. These ain't going to ever leak for what we're going to be doing. I peened this little plugs. They weren't going to leak anyways. But now we're going to put this on top of there, and we got that nice on and off and everything like that. So we're going to put this back together once it's 5-minute epoxy. I might find myself another bubbly. I'll make this right. Okay, you guys. Okay, well, it's getting a little bit late. That hardened up nicely. I'm really happy with that. So let's get this back on. Coyotes are hard at it, eh? Right behind the house, right behind the property. Throttle, let's just put it back together and put the gas to it and see if it's leaking still. Because if it's leaking, I'm going to pack it in for today. I never put the zap strap back up here. I got another zap strap. Okay, so that's a nice flow. Got the thing hanging in the way. Okay, so I'm fiddling around here with the... Right, okay, so let's get the gas back on there. And get that tightened back up, and let's see if it leaks. Okay, so I've got let's just see. Nothing. I fix jewelry and make jewelry, but you know, when you go to farm, you gotta fix gas engines, okay? I got 4 or 5 weed eaters, I got 4 or 5 lawnmowers, I got a ride mower, got another ride mower here. There's the old Honda 175 that's running real nice. I mean, I could just fire that one up for you quick, so you don't. That's a nice little bike. A lot of fun, but sometimes it's a little bit finicky. That's nice for around the farm. Okay, so I do know how to fix things. Running, all right? Okay. Okay, well, that's the end of a busy day today. Anyways, I just wanted to also show you guys, I've got the garden going. There's 22 or 24 tomato plants. There's peas coming up, there's lettuce, there's corn. That's going to be it for this video. I think, what do we do today? We did a little started the video, we talked a little bit about the chickens. Then we did the little dirt bike, and then a little walk around the property and see the ducks and the dogs and the horses. Anyways, if you like what I'm doing, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, make a comment. Thanks for watching, everybody.